A billionaire named Ahmad al-Rashid lies dying in his mansion. His family circles like vultures, counting down his final days. But what they don't know is that he's watching. He's recording, and he's about to expose the most twisted family betrayal you've ever heard. This man faked his own death to discover who truly loved him, and what he found will destroy everything. Before we dive into this psychological nightmare, I want to appreciate everyone who's been supporting this Crime Vault channel. If you're new here and you love dark, twisted stories about human nature, hit that subscribe button right now. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Ahmad al-Rashid sits alone in his massive mansion, staring at family photos scattered across his mahogany desk. At 68 years old, he's built an empire worth hundreds of millions, luxury hotels, real estate, a thriving company that bears his name. But tonight, something haunts him. He looks at the faces smiling back at him from those photos. His wife, Zara, his eldest son, Omar, his second son, Halil, his daughters, Nadia and Layla. And he asks himself the question that will change everything. Who really loves me in this house? Who will stay by my side when I'm sick and helpless? You see, Ahmad has been watching. He's noticed how his family looks at him lately. Not with love, but with calculation. They're counting his breaths, measuring his steps, waiting for the day his will is read, and it's eating him alive. So Ahmad makes a decision that will expose the darkest corners of human nature. He's going to fake his own death and watch his family's true colors bleed through. 3 days later, Ahmad calls an emergency meeting. In his private study, he sits across from two men he trusts with his life, his lawyer, Yusuf Hassan, and his personal doctor, Dr. Mansur. Ahmad's voice is barely a whisper as he reveals his plan. I want to pretend that I am very sick. I want to see who in my family truly loves me, who will care for me if I'm dying. The lawyer looks shocked but intrigued. That's actually brilliant, Ahmad. But we need to be smart about this. Hide part of your wealth. I'll open secret accounts and move half your assets. That way, if anyone is pretending, they won't find everything. Dr. Mansur nods slowly. I'll tell your family you have advanced cancer. 6 months to leave. I'll make it so convincing they'll never question it. And just like that, the most twisted psychological experiment in family history begins. Ahmad al-Rashid is about to discover who his family really is, and the truth will destroy them all. The next morning, Ahmad begins his performance. He starts coughing violently, stays in bed, refuses to eat. His transformation is terrifying. Within days, he looks like a man facing death. His wife Zara and their children become worried. Well, they appear worried. Nadia, his eldest daughter, shouts for the doctor. We need to call Dr. Mansur immediately. When Dr. Mansur arrives, he examines Ahmad in front of the entire family. Then he delivers the news that will test their souls. I'm sorry, your father is very sick. He has advanced cancer. He may not live longer than 6 months. The reactions are telling. Layla, the youngest daughter, breaks down crying. No, Daddy, please don't leave me. Omar and Halil look shocked, but there's something else in their eyes. Something calculating. Zara puts her hand on her chest and sits down slowly. But watch this. She doesn't rush to comfort her husband. She doesn't hold his hand. She just sits there processing what this means for her future. In the first few days, they all play their parts perfectly. They bring him food, sit beside him, whisper sweet words. But Ahmad is watching. He's taking notes. And he's about to discover that his family's love has an expiration date. After just 1 week, the masks begin to slip. Zara stops coming to his room. I can't watch him suffer, she tells the children. It breaks my heart. But here's what she doesn't say. She is already planning her future without him. Nadia suddenly becomes too busy to stay long. Halil claims he has to travel for work. And Omar ... Omar starts showing more interest in the company than his dying father. One day, Omar walks into the study with legal papers. He tells his father, I think you should rest. Let me handle the company now. Ahmad looks at his eldest son quietly and nods. But deep inside, he's watching. He's taking notes. And he's realizing that his son isn't offering to help. He's taking over. The family that once gathered around the dinner table now scatters like roaches when the lights come on. Only one person remains by Ahmad's side, his youngest daughter, Layla. But the others? They're about to show their true nature in ways that will shock you to your core. Omar al-Rashid walks into his father's company like he already owns it. He stands before the board members with a smile that doesn't reach his eyes. Good morning. My father is very sick and won't be returning. From today, I'm in charge. Some employees clap hesitantly. Others look uncomfortable. But one man stands up, Mr. Farid, who worked for Ahmed for 28 years. Voice becomes emotional. Sir, your father is still alive. Shouldn't we wait for his words? Mr. Farid asks with respect. Omar's mask drops. He slams the table. Are you telling me what to do in my father's company? Another employee, Mrs. Amina, tries to mediate. We just want the company to be safe. Maybe form a team to support you until your father can speak? Voice gets cold. Omar turns to the HR manager. Fire all of them. I don't want to see their faces tomorrow. Within minutes, security escorts out employees who dedicated their lives to this company. Mr. Farid shakes his head in disbelief. I served your father like a brother for nearly 3 decades. I don't care, Omar shouts. Get out. Pause for dramatic effect. But Omar isn't done. He transforms the office, throws lavish parties, buys expensive cars. He's not managing the company. He's bleeding it dry. And upstairs, his dying father is watching every betrayal. While Omar destroys the company, his brother Halil has his own plans. He arrives at the Sunray Grand Hotel, one of Ahmad's most prized possessions. The manager, Mr. Tariq, is surprised to see him. Good afternoon, sir. Halil doesn't waste time. This hotel is for sale, Mr. Tariq gasps. Sir, with respect, this is one of the finest hotels your father built. He was so proud of this place. Please don't sell it. Kalo's face hardens. Are you questioning me and my father's property? If you try to stop me again, I'll fire you myself. But here's what Halil doesn't know. Ahmad's lawyer Yusuf has been watching. As soon as Halil leaves, Mr. Tariq calls Yusuf. Voice becomes conspiratorial. Hello, sir. Halil wants to sell the hotel. This doesn't feel right. Ahmed is still alive. Yusuf smiles. Don't worry. I'll handle it. The next day, Yusuf arranges for trusted associates to buy the hotel. They act like strangers, but they're actually protecting Ahmad's assets. Halil thinks he's sold the hotel, but his father still owns it. The same thing happens when Halil sells a valuable plot of land. Every transaction is secretly reversed. Ahmad's empire remains intact, but his son's greed has been exposed. But the worst betrayal is yet to come, and it comes from the person Ahmad trusted most, his wife Zara. While her husband lies dying upstairs, Zara is getting dressed in her finest clothes. She's not going to the hospital. She's not visiting a specialist. She's going to see her friend Mariam. As they sit in Mariam's luxurious living room, Zara sighs heavily. The doctor says Ahmad has cancer. He may not survive. I feel like I'm already a widow. Mariam leans forward with a sly smile. How are you coping with everything? Zara lowers her voice. I'm lonely. No one to talk to. No one to hold me. He just coughs all day. Mariam's response is pure evil. You're still young and beautiful. You don't need to suffer because of a sick old man. If I were you, I'd find someone who can satisfy your needs. 2 days later, Zara meets Rashid, a handsome gym instructor in his early 30s. They exchange numbers. Soon they're meeting in hotels around the city. While her husband pretends to die alone, Zara is living her best life. Rashid treats her like a queen, and she's completely abandoned her family. But then she makes the ultimate mistake. She brings Rashid into the family home as their personal driver. The family is confused, but they don't question it. They have no idea that their mother is conducting an affair under their dying father's roof. One night, Layla can't sleep. She goes to the kitchen looking for her mother and notices lights in the servants' quarters. Curious, she walks slowly toward the building. Her heart pounds as she hears whispers and giggles. She pushes the door open, and what she sees destroys her world. There's her mother sitting on Rashid's lap, both half-dressed, whispering like teenagers. Mama, Layla screams. Zara jumps up in shock. Rashid grabs his shirt. The family's darkest secret is exposed by the one person who still has a conscience. Mama, what is this? This is what you've been doing while Daddy lies weak in that room? Rashid stammers and runs out, not even fully dressed. Zayla tears into her mother. You abandoned Daddy, your own husband, for this? Zara's response is chilling. What do you expect me to do, Layla? I'm lonely. Your father is dying. He doesn't even talk to me anymore. Mama, he's still alive. You left him alone, like he doesn't matter. And Zara, as final words prove how far she has fallen. Don't you ever tell anyone what you saw. Not even your brothers. The family is completely broken. But Ahmed doesn't know the worst is yet to come. Layla sits by her father's bed, watching him sleep. Tears stream down her face as she whispers, "There's no need to keep him here anymore. No one cares. Maybe the village can help." She wipes her tears, packs essential items, and quietly makes arrangements. By evening, she is taking Ahmad far away from the mansion of Betrayal, back to the village where he was born. In the village, news spreads quickly. Ahmad is sick. Ahmad is back home. His extended family, uncles, cousins, elders, come out to welcome him. Some bring fruits. Others bring traditional medicine. They sit around the compound, genuinely concerned. "This man was so kind to us," one villager says. "He gave me money to start my farm. He built our community school." They begin contributing money, food, and advice. An elderly woman suggests, "There's a herbalist here. His medicine is powerful. Let's try everything." Layla watches, touched and surprised. So many people love my father, yet his own household turn their backs on him. The next day, the herbalist arrives, a tall man with traditional chalk markings and a bag of roots and bottles. He examines Ahmad privately. After a long silence, he looks directly into the old man's eyes. "I see strength in your eyes. You're not as weak as they told me." Ahmad sighs. "Because I'm not sick." The herbalist sits up sharply. "What? I don't have cancer. It was all a plan. A test." The herbalist listens as Ahmad explains everything. When he finishes, the wise man smiles. "You are not just a rich man, Ahmad. You are a man of deep wisdom. Many people fear death, but you used it as a mirror to see true hearts." Ahmad nods wearily. "Thank you, my friend. But what I've seen has broken me." The herbalist places a hand on his shoulder. "You are not alone. You still have one child who truly loves you. Layla is the light in your darkness." Outside, Layla paces anxiously. When the herbalist emerges, she rushes to him. "How is he? Is he okay?" The man smiles gently. "Your father is stronger than you think. Keep doing what you're doing. Your love is already healing him." Back in the city, the mansion has become a battlefield. Omar and Halil are fighting over company control. Nadia is arguing with her mother. The family is tearing itself apart. But they don't know Ahmad's final secret. Before leaving for the village, Ahmad installed hidden cameras throughout the mansion. Every conversation, every betrayal, every cruel word, it's all been recorded. He has footage of Omar firing loyal employees. He has audio of Halil selling the hotel. He has evidence of Ziar's affair. From his phone in the village, Ahmad watches his family destroy everything he built. But he's not angry anymore. He's disappointed. The man who built an empire through hard work and integrity is watching his legacy crumble because of greed and selfishness. But Ahmad al-Rashid isn't finished. He's been planning something that will change their lives forever. 1 month later, a car pulls up to the mansion gates. The guards look confused as Ahmad al-Rashid steps out, not coughing, not limping, not weak. He's strong, healthy, and very much alive. Layla stands beside him, holding his arm proudly. "Welcome home, Daddy." Inside the house, Nadia is scrolling through her phone when she hears the door open. She looks up casually, then freezes. "Daddy." She jumps up and runs toward him. "You're walking. You're okay. You're not coughing." Halil comes downstairs and removes his headphones in shock. "What's going on here?" Omar follows, holding a bottle of wine. When he sees his father, the bottle drops and shatters. From the kitchen, Zara's voice echoes. "Who broke something again?" She steps into the living room, and her heart nearly stops. The man she thought would never walk again is standing strong, healthy, and very much alive. "Darling, you're well. You're walking with strength." Ahmed looks at his family and gives a small, cold smile. "Good afternoon." He walks straight to his master bedroom without another word. The house goes silent like a tomb. The next morning, Ahmad calls a family meeting. Everyone gathers in the living room as lawyer Yusuf arrives with a brown folder. Ahmad enters the room like the lion he's always been. He stands in the center and delivers the words that will destroy their world. I've already explained everything to Yusuf. Now it's time I tell all of you the truth. They all look up, eyes wide, barely breathing. I never had cancer. I was never sick. It was all a test. A test of love, a test of loyalty, a test to know the hearts of my wife and children. And you showed me who you truly are. Ahmad's voice shakes with emotion. Only one person stood with me from beginning to end. Only one person cared for me like a true child. That person is Layla. He turns to Omar with cold fury. You, Omar, my company was strong and thriving. What did you do? You fired loyal workers who built this company with me. You threw parties with company funds. You ruined what I spent 40 years building. Omar covers his face in shame. Ahmad turns to Halil. And you sold my hotel and my land like they were toys? Why? Because you didn't suffer to build them. Thank God for my liar who bought them back secretly. Halil drops to his knees, weeping. Daddy, please forgive me. That hotel and land were your inheritance. You sold them with your own hands. You have the money now. Use it to find a job elsewhere. You will never step into my company again. Ahmed turns to Nadia. You wanted to sell my land too. From today you get nothing from me until you earn it. If you want to prove yourself, do it with actions, not words. Nadia falls to her knees, crying. Then Ahmed turns to his wife, the woman he loved for over 30 years. And you, Zara, after everything I did for you, you brought a stranger into my house and slept with him while I lay on my deathbed. Zara tries to speak. Darling, please. I am not your darling. You have 24 hours to leave my house. Pack your things and go. I no longer owe you anything. Zara collapses, wailing. Ahmed turns to Yusuf. This is why I ask you to come today. All of my remaining properties, my estates, my businesses, everything I have left now belongs to Layla. The children gasp. Nadia freezes in shock. Omar grips the couch to steady himself. Layla is the only one who showed me love, who believed in me, who cared for me when I was helpless. For that, she is now the sole inheritor of my wealth. Effective immediately, Layla is the new CEO of my company. Call back all the loyal workers Omar fired. Tell them their places are waiting. 1 year later, the company has not just survived, it's thriving. Under Layla's leadership, profits have doubled. New branches have opened. Awards pour in. The loyal workers have returned with joy, calling her Madame Layla the Wise. Ahmed sits in his office, proud and peaceful, watching his daughter conduct board meetings with confidence and wisdom. Omar and Halil found jobs elsewhere and are trying to rebuild their lives from scratch. Nadia is working hard to prove she's changed, hoping to earn her father's forgiveness. As for Zara, no one has heard from her since she left the mansion that day. But Layla stands tall, respected, honored, and loved. When the test came, she passed with flying colors. This story reveals something terrifying about human nature. When we think someone is dying, do we love them more? Or do we start calculating what we'll inherit? Ahmad al-Rashid created the most brutal test of love ever conceived. He didn't just fake his death. He became invisible, helpless, and vulnerable. And in that state, only one person saw him as worth saving. Layla. She didn't care about money or inheritance. She cared about her father's comfort, his dignity, his peace. She slept on the floor beside his bed. She fed him when he couldn't eat. She brought him to the village when modern medicine failed. That's not duty. That's not obligation. That's pure, unconditional love. The others failed because they loved Ahmad's wealth, not Ahmad himself. The moment his death seemed certain, they stopped seeing him as a person and started seeing him as a problem to solve, or an opportunity to exploit. The most chilling part of this story isn't the fake death or the hidden cameras. It is how quickly a family can turn from love to greed when they think no one is watching. Ahmad's experiment worked because it revealed the difference between conditional and unconditional love. His wife loved him for security. His sons loved him for inheritance. His older daughter loved him for what he could provide. But Layla? She loved him for who he was, not what he had. This makes you wonder, if you were dying tomorrow, who would actually care? Who would sit by your bedside? Who would fight for your comfort instead of your possessions? The answer might terrify you. This story proves that money doesn't just reveal character, it destroys it. Layla's love was pure because it expected nothing in return. She inherited everything because she was the only one who wasn't trying to inherit anything. If this psychological thriller opened your eyes to the dark side of human nature, smash that like button right now. Subscribe and hit the notification bell for more twisted tales about family betrayal and the psychology of greed. And tell me in the comments, do you think Ahmad was right to test his family this way? Was his experiment justified, or did he go too far? I want to hear your thoughts. Would you have the courage to discover who really loves you? And more importantly, would you pass the test yourself? I'll see you in the next video, where we dive into another dark story that will make you question everything you thought you knew about human nature.